composition of functions is when we take one function and plug it into the other. So our composition of functions can go both directions. So we've got f of x and g of x, and for your assignment, it's just going to stay f of x and g of x. You could also obviously have h of x and j of x and k of x, and you can use any function. It's just naming the two functions. So f of g of x, so this right here, that f little circle g, that's not a multiplication sign. See how it's like open inside? It's not just like a dot. See how you can see air through there? So that means f of g of x. And if you read it, you would read it as f of g of x. F of g of x means you are going to plug g of x in for x in your function f of x. So for this first one here, I've got f of x equals 3x. I'm going to be taking my x minus 5 and plugging it in for x. So what that's going to look like is 3, and then instead of the x, I am plugging in x minus 5 where the x was. Then I'm going to simplify that out. 3 times x is 3x. No.
I thought it says f of x is 3x, not 3.
So f of x is 3x.
Yeah.
I took my x minus 5. I replaced the x with x minus 5. So when I substitute it in, there's not an x there anymore. And then 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. So what I've done is I've taken this guy and plugged him in here. Okay, then we can go the other way as well. So let me get a different colored writing utensil. I don't have any blue pins over there. Is there a blue pin back there, Jayla? Yeah. People keep taking my blue pins. I go through the blue pins so fast. I have so many reds and so many greens. I don't care about those colors. So many oranges. I want the blue ones. Okay. So the other way, g of f of x, we're plugging f of x into g of x. So what that's going to look like is we're going to take our 3x, our entire 3x, we're going to plug that in for the x in g of x. So we'll write our g of x function, but where the x is, we would plug in 3x. So this one would be 3x minus 5, because all we're doing is replacing the x with a 3x. Okay. Any questions about either of those? Yeah. Because all we did was replace this x with this 3x. Okay. In addition to doing composition of functions, we will also be evaluating our composition of functions at certain values. I put 2 boxes here because there are 2 ways to do this, both of which are correct. So I want to show you both ways because it's better to have 2 ways to do it than none ways to do it. And that way, if you forget one, you can do the other. So f of g of 3 means f of g of 3. So that means we're going to plug g of 3 into our f of x equation. So we have a couple ways we can do that. The first way that we can do that is we can know that we already found f of g of x. So that's 3x minus 15. I'm going to take that 3x minus 15. I'm going to plug in 3 for x. So it'll be 3 times 3 minus 15. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 15 is negative 6. The other way we can do this is instead of plugging the 3 into f of g of x, we can plug the 3 just into g of 3 and then plug that number into f of x. So that one we would just work from the inside outside. So I would find g of 3 first. So g of 3 would be 3 minus 5, which is negative 2. And then I would now know that since g of 3, this entire g of 3 equals negative 2, I can just find f of negative 2. F of negative 2 will be this 3 times negative 2, which 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So this was me doing this same problem in 2 different ways. You obviously don't need to do it both ways. I just wanted to show you both ways in notes so that you would have both ways. Okay. Any questions about those now that we're plugging 3 in? Okay. So our other one, we can also do g of f of 3. So the same thing, we can either take the function that we already found, g of f of x, take that 3x minus 5, plug in 3 for x. So that's going to be 3 times 3 minus 5. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. So we can do it that way. Or we can take f of 3, find f of 3. So f of 3 would be 3x, so that would be 3 times 3, which is 9. And then we would do g of 9. G of 9 would be g, so this is g, plugging in 9 for x, it would be 9 minus 5, which would also be 4. So 2 ways to do the same thing. Okay. Any questions about those? Okay. Get that written down. I'm going to freeze that. Mariah. Let's take this one. You got one more example? Okay. Okay. I just gave Mariah that, so as soon as I unfreeze this, it's going to disappear. Does anyone need this anymore? Speak now, or it will disappear. Do you need this? Okay. I'm going to unfreeze it. Okay. You're not even in this class. It was Jayla. She's not even in this class. All right. So, next one, same thing, f of g of x, g of f of x. This time we just have a binomial and a trinomial instead of a monomial and a binomial. So for f of g of x, I'm going to take my f of x function. So that's 3x minus 4. And I'm going to show a little bit more work on this one because I think that'll help you guys see it. So f of x is 3x minus 4. I'm also going to write small because if I'm going to show more work, I have to write small. I am going to be plugging in g of x right here. Plug in g of x. I'll zoom in since I'm writing so small. So what that's going to look like is it'll be f of g of x equals 3, and I'm plugging this in. So g of x is x squared minus 2x plus 6. Anytime in life I plug something into an equation or a function, put it in parentheses. Close my parentheses, and then minus 4. Okay, from there we need to do a little distributing. So that'll be 3x squared. 3 times negative 2 will give me negative 6x. 3 times 6 will give me 18. Minus 4. And then I can do a little combining of like termses and do 18 minus 4 to get 14. So that'll be 3x squared minus 6x plus 14. Okay. Any questions on that one? Okay. Last one then. We've got f of x equals 3x minus 4. We're going to be plugging that into g of x. So I'm going to start, again, I'm showing more work on this one. I'm going to start with my g of x, which is x squared minus 2x plus 6. And then on this one, since I'm plugging in f of x, I will plug in f of x to here. I've got to plug it in 2 spots. Plug in f of x. Oh, sorry, I'm off the screen. Plug in f of x. There we go. Okay, so we'll plug in f of x there. So it'll be g of x equals, or g of f of x, sorry, equals, we're plugging in f of x, so it'll be 3x minus 4, in parentheses, squared, minus 2 times 3x minus 4, plus 6. Okay. For this one, we will have to FOIL out this 3x minus 4. So 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times negative 4, that would be my outsides, is negative 12x. Negative 4 times 3x would be my insides, that would be negative 12x again. And then negative 4 times negative 4 would be 16. So that's just me foiling out that 3x minus 4. Negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. And then I still have my plus 6 down on the end here. Which one? The minus, okay, so this is all the 3x minus 4 squared. This is that distributed, and this is the last term. So the negative 12 came from, I'll write it up here because I don't have space down here. If I were to do 3x minus 4 times 3x minus 4, and I FOIL it out, it would be the outsides and the insides. Yep. Fun fact, yesterday when I was making the Kita notes, I messed that up. You can even see. I messed it up. I had to white out it. See that little white out there? Everybody makes mistakes. Even me. Okay, then from there we can combine like terms. So 9x squared stays by itself. Negative 12, and negative 6 is negative 30. Because 12, 12, and 6 is positive 30, and they're just all negative. That's minus 30x. And then you've got 16 plus 8 is 24, plus another 6 is 30. Okay. Any questions about that one? Okay. We've got to plug in 3 for both of these, and we're going to do it both ways again. So the first way that we can do it, I don't remember. Crap, which way did I do it first? Oh, we just plugged it straight into here. I shouldn't remember because I gave it to Mariah. So we took 3x squared minus 6x plus 14. We're just going to plug in 3 for x. So that'll be 3 times 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 14. For this first term here, we would do 3 squared first, which would be 9. 3 times 9 is 27. Minus 6 times 3. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. Plus 14. $27 minus 18 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 23. $27 minus 18 plus 14. Okay. For the other one, or for the other way to do this, we can find g of 3 first. So g of 3 would be me plugging in 3 to this guy. So that'd be 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 6. 3 squared is 9. Negative 2 times 3 is 6. So it would be 9 minus 6 plus 6, which would just be 9. And then once I figure out that g of 3 is 9, I can plug in 9 and find f of 9. So f of 9 would be 3x minus 4. Sorry, 3 times 9 minus 4. I forgot to actually plug the 9 in, and I'm like off the screen here. 3 times 9 minus 4, which is 27 minus 4. which is 23. So 2 ways to get the same thing. All right, last one. G of f of 3. So again, we've got 2 options. We can take this problem that we've already done, just plug in 3. So that would be 9 times 3 squared. Sorry. Yes, I just can't function right now. Minus 30 times 3 plus 30. Three squared is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So we've got 81 minus 30 times 3 is 90. And we've got 30. I did it this way. I did 81 plus 30 is 111. Minus 90 is 21. Okay. Last thing, we could do it the other way as well. So we could first find f of 3. So to find f of 3, we would plug in 3. F of x is up here. It's 3x minus 4. So it would be 3 times 3 minus 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. Kayla, why are you sending me TikToks from across the room? I'm busy right now, and now I want to watch it. Thank you. It looks cute. It's a dog. Just want to see it. Look at that little dog. Okay. And then the last thing that we need to do, so now we know that f of 3 is 5. We can plug that in to g of x. So we would do 5 squared. So g of 5 would be 5 squared minus 2 times 5 plus 6. 5 squared is 25. I should have made these boxes so much bigger. I'm so sorry, you guys. Minus 2 times 5 is 10 plus 6. 25 minus 10 is 15 plus 6 is 21. So 2 ways to get the same thing. So don't need to do both of those ways. I was just showing you. I usually, if I've already found g of f of x successfully, I would just plug in the number to that. Any questions right now? Oh, I've already seen this TikTok.
Today, one of my special activity
I gotta turn my Wi-Fi off.
advent calendar.
It's so no, it's really cute. I've already seen it.
My blind foster puppy trying a halo for the first time.
It's so he doesn't crash into a wall. Why is it? Why are you not loading?
Getting more confident. These help so that the pup builds confidence when walking around a new place. Success. My blind foster puppy
Okay, I should probably stop this recording.